You're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. You like the way kick Dingbat here. Welcome to day 2 of training camp live. Now, before I say that, let me say hi to everybody in here. How you guys doing? Eduardo, Eagles, the Youngster, Jeremy, MB, Anthony, Donnie, the Eagles, James, Andrew, Mike, Zach, Frank, anybody I'm missing, Captain Cowboy, Jay, Tyler, Rosie, Andreas, Zach World, Eagles has landed, Kat, Wanda, DeAldred, thank you guys for being here. I'm sorry that I'm late. I went 6 o'clock this morning to set up, and I'm trying to turn my computer on, and it's just like, you guys know I've had issues with my screen. Well, this time it just went completely black. I couldn't see anything, and you just see a little light, but it was just a black screen. And I tried for an hour to get that thing going, could not figure it out, would not work. And then I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to stream today. I'm going to have to take this thing in. And then all of a sudden, I was like sitting there, I was like, one last chance. I'm going to pray that this thing works. I said a prayer. I know it sounds crazy, but it's not crazy to me. I said a prayer, and all of a sudden, I swear the screen comes on. I have no idea. Crazy. So I'm like, all right, let's get this thing up and running. And that's exactly what happened. So God made it work, I guess. I don't know. I think it means the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. That's what I think it's going to mean. But it's crazy. Yeah, I listened to Fangio's press conference. I didn't get a chance to save like clips of it and stuff because I was trying to get the screen to work at the same time. So I'll do this live stream. I'll do a video for the day, and then I got to take this damn thing in. I've avoided taking it in because they want it for like 2 weeks to fix it, and I don't want to give my computer up that long. But I don't think I have a chance. I don't want to pay $3,000 for another computer, you know. Anyway, so that's why we're late. But thank God it started working. And with that, let's get right into what's going on with the Eagles, and let's catch up on camp here. So let's see here. So Jeff McClain, this was not practice. Oren Burks knee, Brent Toth hamstring. Dickerson is back, but he's limited today. Oren Burks, interesting. We'll show clips in a minute. I just want to catch up to what's going on at practice here. Kylie Ringo getting first-team reps today to start. Isaiah Rodgers was there to start day 1. So Ringo started with team 1 reps. So they're rotating those guys in. Brandon Lee Gaunt said this: Eagles first-team defense day 2 on 11-on-11. Zach Bond and Devin White at linebacker again. Ringo at corner across from Darius Slay. And it was Rodgers yesterday. Clearly there's a battle for that spot going on. Martin Frank says Ringo at corner. Start team drills, Bond and White at inside linebacker, Mekhi Becton for Landon Dickerson at left guard. He's limited. So another day, Zach Bond at linebacker next to White ahead of Nakobe Dean. Ringo with first team reps. Gainwell's been getting a decent amount of first team running back reps, just not exclusively Saquon. Will they please give it a rest with Gainwell? Saquon lined out twice left and motioned to the right. The ball was snapped. Hurts took off running the area. Saquon waited for a big gain. That's going to be brutal this year, you know. It's going to be brutal. Probably cut his toe. 0 turn. Who's that? Ringo Rodgers to start over Slay. I don't think they're starting over Slay. I think they're looking at who's starting, who's going to start next to Slay, who's going to be the guy to start. Clearly, Bradbury's gone. I mean, listen, I don't know if you guys saw the video I did last night, but the Bradbury at second string safety to me indicates two things. One, Bradbury's gone, and two, you got to get rid. You got to go out and get Justin Simmons. If you need a linebacker like that, just go get him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Jacob Sports. What's going on? How are you guys doing today? So let's see. Eli Ricks, right cornerback. Isaiah Rodgers, second team. Bradbury, and this is what I mean. Bradbury and Avonte Maddox are second team safeties. Quinion getting nickel snaps. That's not surprising. You know, we don't talk enough about the fact that he can get snaps, in the slot. So here's the offense. Hurts to A.J. Brown, who made an over-the-shoulder catch, ball on the money to beat Darius Slay down the right sideline. Dude, I'm telling you what, Jalen Hurts sounds good. It looks good right now. We need to bring in Simmons right now. Let me tell you, you guys watch that video because I make a good point. I feel like a good argument. It's, you're going to play Bradbury there, then you got to go get Justin Simmons. No Gainwell, exactly, in my opinion. Trade Brad. They would never do that. They would never do that, Wisconsin Eagle fan, what's going on, man? Good morning. We're gonna, for the time being, we're gonna continue streaming. We're going to continue streaming practice days. Tomorrow is a walkthrough. We won't stream that, but practice days will continue. I had enough people say they wanted me to continue doing it, even though it's early and stuff. I'm a mess today. I'm gonna have to wind up telling people I can't go in today because I got to get this computer dealt with. There you go, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. at nickel. How about that? Tyler Hall also seeing some first team reps at 7-7. Tyler Hall's an interesting guy because from everything we hear about Tyler Hall, he's always that guy that just needs a shot somewhere, and he's always on the verge. But I don't know what the amount of depth we have. I don't know how it's going to work out. Ed Kratz says, Jalen Hurts had a nice touchdown throw from distance on Wednesday. Today he hits A.J. Brown deep right down the sideline. Brown makes over-the-shoulder catch from Slay. We talked about that. John Ross working with the first-team offense as wide receiver number 3 of Paris Campbell. Nakobe Dean now is up with Zach Bond. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter got good pressure on Hurts. Carter pushed aside a lineman, forcing Hurts to his left where Davis was. Hurts hit Devontae out of bounds. Boy, you get those two guys going, boy, we're good. We're good. Why is Mitchell not getting first-team reps over Ringo? Keep an eye on that. I think what I'm thinking is that it's just a matter of time. They're going on their little depth chart that they've created from OTAs, and because he's a rookie, they're going to make you work your way up. I think that's why. Nigel says, I don't understand the game. What has he done for people want him gone? Remember, both offense and defense scoring was shit. I don't hate Gainwell. First of all, I don't hate any player personally. It's never personal. I just don't think he's as good as people think he is. And so for me, I feel like you should be giving somebody else a shot because I think somebody else can fit right in and do it. That's my feeling. I don't think he's a legit number 2 running back. No Cody D starting at Jacuzzi Tech. Hey, man, listen, he might be at Apple Store working soon. I'll take my computer to him. I love that Jeremiah Trotter now getting first team 11 on 11. How about that? See, now that excites me. Jeremiah Trotter now getting first team 11 on 11 reps next to Devin White. How about that? You cannot tell me that's not a good sign. I'm telling you, Jeremiah Trotter starts one day, it's over. It is over. So let's look at some things from camp today, some practice highlights. Here we got Barkley. You guys seeing this? There's Barkley. We're caught up right now. They're at 11:11, so practice probably not going to be much longer, but we'll stay about an hour. So, and again, I'm sorry that I'm late. My man Trotter is getting first team reps. Trotter starts, it's over. When Trotter starts and he gets a chance, I don't believe he's relinquishing that position. But damn, Trotter. Yeah, I mean, I'll give Shipley a look, And here you go, ball. They're working on the fumbles and ball control drills. They did this yesterday too. Here's AJ Brown. Can you guys see this, by the way? Another day, another Eagles live stream between seeing patience. Thanks for keeping me informed. Thank you, man. Thank God, because I'm telling you, my screen would not work. And then I'm gonna have to use my wife's stuff, her computer, and her computer will not even open up any of my editing software. It's too slow. I think Jalen Hurts right now looks really good. What they're saying, what I heard is that the difference between early in camp between Hurts last year and this year is that he's on the money with his accuracy right now. He's hitting guys. I don't think they're in pads today. No. Were they? Not full pads. No, they're not in pads yet. I don't think you're not allowed. You're not allowed. They have an acclimation period. So you have to be a week in, a week and a half in. Like the first few days of camp, they let you acclimate. So there is no pads. And we got 300 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. No practice for Oren Burks, who was standing on the sideline during. Yeah, we looked at that already. There's C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Nope, that's Devontae. It's a 6. So there's some Devontae. Apparently not. I heard that they were in pads today, but I guess that's. The thing with pads is I don't think they allow collective bargaining. I don't think they even allow players in pads until a certain date. Like you have to have days to get acclimated. So I don't think any team can use pads this early. Don't quote me on that, but that's what my understanding was. Let's see. Now, if you guys remember, so there you go. So we're pretty much caught up now. On offense, John Ross has been the wide receiver 3 today. Paris Campbell had that spot yesterday. The Eagles have been rotating cornerback since that first period and are also rotating at linebacker, a bunch of different combos. So if you look so far, you look at the wide receiver 3, you look at the linebacker, not Devin White, but next to him, and then opposite of Slay. Those are all battles that they're looking for guys. I think that's pretty interesting. That's where we're at right now. It's pretty interesting. Let's see here. You can't spell. Rams first team to have corner go down with season-ending injury. Hope we shop Trashberry. Did they already lose one? That's bad. Let's see here. You don't understand the hate with Gainwell. Seriously, first of all, he showed no promise of being a good running back in NFL. His rush ability is less subpar. It's not a hate. I just think that he's not a number 2 running back. No, they won't go pad. I don't think you're allowed to go pads. I think at least a week into camp before. No, you're not late. I'm late. My computer screen wasn't working. Ben says, like I said, he's average, but he's not terrible. Gainwell, did you see the fight happen? I did not. No, I did not. Donald, what's going on? How are you? Go Birds, fly Eagles, fly is right. Caffeine. I need caffeine. How's everything? How's everyone doing? We're doing all right. How are you, my friend? I think the Gainwell hate is unneeded. He has definitely shown flashes and could be a running back too. Watch the tape. I watched the tape. I've seen it. I don't see him as a number 2, but it's not hate. If you say you think a guy is not an all-pro, all world-beating wide receiver, that doesn't mean you hate him. I just being honest about him. It's not a hate thing. I don't hate. Dickerson cut his toe on a clipboard slide. That's what I was wondering. That's what I was wondering. Probably was. Eddie says, good morning to you, my friend. Gainwell isn't bad, but we need a capable running back number 2 to Saquon and Gainwell, isn't it? I agree. Well, here's how I say it. I mean, you have Saquon's way up here, and then you have Gainwell and Shipley. They're down here. We need somebody intermediate, That's what we need. But it's definitely not. It's not hate. It's easy to say hate. Oh, you hate this or you hate that. But it's not hate. It's just being honest. Let's see. Kylie Ringo's getting first-team reps to start today. Isaiah Rodgers was there yesterday. Clearly, you're seeing where the battles are lying. Clearly. 500. What up about this wide receiver we just signed? Yeah, you know what? I haven't had a chance to look at him. But let's bring that up. I was messing with this stupid computer, and I saw that they signed a wide receiver. Let me pull it up here. I don't know much about him, but let me pull this up. And I thank you guys again for joining me. It's been a hectic morning. I gotta text Joey. All right, so let's pull up this roster move here. Where the heck? All right, so the Eagles signed a wide receiver today. Here's the move. Philadelphia Eagles have signed wide receiver Griffin Herbert and wave tackle Guidalib Adiezi from non-football injury list. So Griffin Herbert, I know nothing about him. I'm gonna have to look him up, see if we can find anything about him. I mean, it sounds like a camp body, to be honest with you. I think they're going to be actively looking for a number 3 wide receiver. It's interesting. I guess he was on the roster before. Eagles brought back wide receiver Griffin Herbert on Thursday morning. He will wear number 48, 6'1", 231 pounds. Finished his rookie season on Eagles practice squad. Originally entered the league as a free agent signing the Seahawks. He returned this season on a future reserve deal, but was released shortly after. The wide receiver Herbert was a tight end at Louisiana Tech, where he totaled 1,500 receiving yards, 99 catches, and 14 touchdowns. I mean, 6'1", 231. That sounds more like a tight end. So, camp body, ain't going to make the team probably, anything like that. But used to be a tight end converted to a receiver. Usually you see it the opposite, Yeah, and that's right. That's where we're at. Let's see. Let's go 500. Great content, bro. Thank you, Marcus, man. What's going on with you? We got 400 people in this Mata Humpa. I appreciate you guys being here. I do. Their GM is going to get super fired. Who's that? Oh, Bald Eagle, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I thought I'd recognize that name. He was here before. Yeah, he was here before. I don't remember him. I don't remember him at all. So yeah, Shaquille says not a tight end, more like a Samuel type 6'1". Yeah, that's what size he is. But they said that he played tight end in college and switched when he came to the NFL. I work for a chemical distributor that sells chemicals to licensed pest control companies. Donald says, with all these divisional ops are always on the Eagles channel, you know why? Just like their teams suck, so does their team's pod channels. They hate because they fly Eagles fly. Nah, they love the Eagles. I think a lot of these people, like Cowboy fans, they wish that their team was run like our team is run. Even Mark is admitting it now. Like, it's a mess. What up, 500? What's going on, Happy? How you? Prince says, Bryce Huff with a sack on Hurts, 11-11. Man, where did you see that? I gotta get other places to check during these live streams. Today was just a mess this morning. There you go. Bryce Huff with a sack on Hurts. Nolan Smith was in the area too. Nolan Smith, and I did a video yesterday, the same video that I have about Justin Simmons. Definitely check it out. Nolan Smith is 245 pounds. He looks like he gained about 25 pounds of muscle. Twits, what's going on, man? How are you? Mark is in shambles. I know. Mark is depressed. Hey, Phil, do you think they try to trade for a wide receiver from Houston? What's his face? I don't know. I think they're looking for another wide receiver, possibly. They're flipping those guys in, Ross and what's his face and Campbell, to see who's going to be that slot receiver. I would not be surprised if they trade for a receiver at some point in camp. Or just give our boy Nia Smith a chance. Bring back Miles Sanders. He backed up Barkley. If they cut him, I would. Yeah. Let's see. The whole crew in the chat. What's up, y'all? What's going on, Jeff Bone? It looks like the Cowboys are purposely mailing it in this year to try to get the quarterback in the draft. That's what I think they're doing. I think so, too. I Shine. So, yo, 500, rep in South Jersey. Let's have it go fly. Eagles fly. Shout out to South Jersey. Washington Township in the house. Let's see. Huff 11 sacks. Philly. That's huge. If you get double-digit sacks from him, that's huge. But it's good to hear that he got a sack today. It's very hard to judge, in my opinion, the defensive linemen during these kind of practices. But let's get it. Let's go Eagles. Let's have a great year and let's go Super Bowl and beat Casey. Let's do it. Let's see. Giants guy, man, goes, Giants fans don't care about that snake anymore. You don't need a superstar running back, not like Barkley, going to be running all our defense. Barkley's going to whoop up the Giants defense. Boy, I don't know, man. Giant guy, man, I don't know. It did not look good, Hard Knocks. Like, your GM did not come off good in that. Are you aware of that? I'm just curious. There's Hurts running out yesterday. That was yesterday. Was that sack or lane or backup? I don't know. I would assume it's probably on Malata's side. Ball deal, David Super Chat. He goes, it's pork roll, not Taylor ham button. Thank you for the Super Chat. The offense is going to have a monster year. Barkley, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Hurts will all have monster years. Monster years. I'm telling you, I know this sounds crazy, but there's times where you can get a feel from somebody. You just know. There's something different about Hurts yesterday. Like I think Hurts is like ready to go. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. I think he's focused. I think he knows what he's got to do. And I think he's going to have a monster year. I do. No. Let's see. You're feeling Big Seals didn't help Mark's depression. He's a wreck as it's 500. I know, it's crazy, dude. I was enjoying it so much yesterday. Starting to have a good feeling about Quinyon Mitchell. I have a great feeling about him. I think he's going to be good. I think your outside corners are going to be very good. The question is see, I hate to bring this because I don't think it'll happen. I don't think they would do this. All right, I don't think they would do this. But what if they said, man, Ringo, he needs to be on the field. Man, so does Mitchell and Ryder. We got to play these guys. Would you move a Slay? Would they do it? I don't think they would. But, I mean, I think they're looking at those guys to start the opposite side. I mean, Quinyon Mitchell will get first-team reps at some point. Dre Davis Super Chat goes, go Birds from Colorado. Love the morning streams. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. Oh, yeah. Jalix, from what I heard, I think it was Ed Kratz. I think he did something. He was saying that Jalix Hunt looks really, really good. Looks like he had a really good day, was really good with his hands and you know, those kind of things. So we'll see. I think Jalix Hunt's a star in the making. I there's something about that kid that I'm telling you, he's going to be a player. He might need a few years, but he's going to be a player. Bald Eagle, David Super Chick goes, what's the word on Jalix Hunt? Yeah, so far so good. Looks good. I don't know how much he's going to contribute this year one, but we'll see. Can't move Slay this year. They'd be stars for next year. Yeah, I agree. I think it's really hard, but you got to move Bradbury. Here's my argument, and definitely check out the video I did last night on it. If you're going to put Bradbury at the safety spot and make him your second string safety, and you're paying him all that money already, why not just go out and sign Justin Simmons and trade Bradbury? Why waste time with this? You know, I mean, are they really thinking that a team is going to say, "Oh, we could sign Bradbury as a safety"? I don't know. I don't know. It's not like he's getting first team reps. A Bite of Life says, "I told you not to hold any stock on Slay and Rodgers being number one yesterday. Ringo and Rodgers number one today." Yeah, well, like we've talked about this. I mean, since yesterday, you can't. They're trying to figure out who's the opposite side of Slay. So they're rotating those guys in, just like they're doing wide receiver 3, just like they're doing at linebacker, and you know they're trying to find the right pieces. You know what they want. So it's not surprising at all. You know, it's not. 500. If the Panthers cut Sanders, I think Howie would definitely try to get Sanders because if you have him behind Barkley, it makes our offense even more. I agree. Now, some people don't want him back. I have no problem with it because he's legit behind Barkley, but he's better than Gainwell. Donald Martin says 500. Howie Vision needs to stop playing and make the call to Justin Simmons. Boom, Super Bowl back in Philadelphia Eagles. I know, Donald. I did check out my last video last night. It's exactly what I talk about. When I saw them put Bradbury at safety, second string safety, and that was the only spot he got reps from. Yeah, they're trying to move him. Vic wants to see what he's got, leaving all options open. But do you notice, Andres, that they didn't even put him at corner yesterday? He got 0 reps at cornerback. So I don't think they're interested in playing him. I don't. Joseph says, I don't think they move Slay. I think they manage his workload and depend on him more clutch moments also. I think certain guys get to work in the slot to keep them on the field. Agreed. Vale says, 500 Simmons might not want to come here. Yeah, well, I'm sure the thing with Simmons is I'm not going to be in a rush. It's training camp. I'm not going to be in a rush to get there whenever I can get, team has somebody goes down or something, I'll get my call. But I would try to get him. Move up 500 when Barkley runs 150 and 2 touchdowns on the Giants. The owners are going to be firing that GM. Yeah, that I just don't think that GM looked good at all, man. Like that was a bad look. That whole Hard Knocks for him. He he didn't look good. Oh, let me get this up. So Brandon Lee Gaunt is saying that Jalen Hurts looks faster than he did last season. I believe it. Jalen Hurts, to me, he just came off like I don't know, like he's just ready to go. I'm getting the monster year off of Jalen Hurts vibe. It would be counterproductive to keep Bradbury with all our young defensive backs needing reps to get developed. Yeah, I agree. But it's what's interesting is where they're using them. They're putting him at second string safety. That's crazy. That's the only spot that he's taken anywhere. They said yesterday that Bradbury was on the field a lot, but everything came as a second string safety. Jerome says, great seeing you 500. Day 2, it's time to talk and see real teams and our Eagles. Go Birds. Yes, my man. It is good to see you. Clayton says, I don't think they move Slay. It's most likely, I agree. They won't move him. And I don't know that. I don't think they probably should. You need that veteran presence. What the knowledge that he can give to Q, to even Isaiah Rodgers, who's a vet still. He can help him, and Ringo is invaluable. When he says point and shoot, I don't think he was giving a fair chance in Pitt's Steeler. I'm not sure which player we're talking about. Ben says 500 Simmons ain't going to be a backup, so you've got to sit Blankenship or CJ. I have no problem moving Blankenship to a backup safety role. I don't. I have no problem putting Blankenship as a backup, and you'd still use them a lot because I think there's a lot of times where you can stick Gardner Johnson in the slot, and then you have Blankenship ready to go. But the upgrade from Justin Simmons, from Blankenship to Justin Simmons is pretty tremendous. Now, the only way I would have been like, nah, you don't need to get him, is if you were giving reps to Cooper DeJean. If they were giving reps to Cooper DeJean as safety, I would say, well, he's your backup safety. Leave as is. But he's hurt 3 weeks and he hasn't taken a rep. 500, what are you most excited about this year? Man, I just in general, I think this is a really good team. If you said specifically one player, I'll be honest with you. I'm really excited. There's 2 guys. Jalen Carter and Devontae Smith, I think, have monster years this year. I'm really excited to see Carter in his second year. And then, of course, seeing Saquon, loving Saquon at Penn State and getting to see him as an Eagle is going to be very cool. Peace. Thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. He goes, honestly, not sure how I feel about bringing in Simmons. I honestly think Sidney Brown could be a stud. Just need more reps. Here's the issue. Here's my thinking on that. I get what you're saying on Brown, but Brown's coming off, a torn ACL, so he's hurt. He's been hurt, and I think that when I say bring in Simmons, I want him 1 year, just 1 year. So he comes in, he plays 1 year. We take the pressure off Sidney Brown to have to be 100% this year after being hurt. He can work his way in, because usually that injury is a year injury. It takes a year to come back from it. And then next year, Sidney Brown's ready to go, But for 1 year, I say, why not do it? That's my thinking. I'm not looking to sign Justin Simmons to a 3 or 4 year deal. Blankenship's a big hitter, line scrimmage, but covering is liable. Agreed. Toryville says, I think they should fire Nick. Now, if the Eagles have a good year, the chances are more will get hired elsewhere, which means that Hurts will have to learn another offense next year. Yeah, I mean, that's the big – that's going to be what's interesting to see what happens. Because if Moore, has a great year, somebody's going to want to make him a coach. The Eagles got to figure that out. Yeah, I like the thought of 1 year Simmons. Yeah, just 1 year for Simmons. Let Brown come back, not have to rush and be 100%, and let him play with C.J. Garner-Johnson. And then next year, Brown's back. You got Blankenship, you got DeJean, and he can go. Trotter was getting first team reps today. So Trotter was getting 11 first team reps. I think that's the first rookie that we've seen get first team reps. So that's a good sign on Trotter. I believe in my prediction is Trotter's. The day Trotter has to play, they're not removed. He's not getting removed. That's it. He's the guy. I truly believe that. I truly do. Let's see here. Joe Judge says, I agree we should sign Simmons. I also think we should trade Slay and Bradbury and start Rodgers and Ringo. Slay doesn't want to tackle anymore. He's a diva now. Let the young physical dogs take over. It's interesting. Do you think that the lack of veteran leadership would be a problem, though? That's the only thing that scares me. If it's somewhat close how those young guys are playing and looking, I'm willing to take a chance. It's the veteran part that worries me, Giants guy says that lame people don't like super teams that make sports lame. That's why people were so pissed when Katie went loaded Warriors. You think that the Eagles are doing a super team thing out of curiosity? Like, do you think they're trying to do that? Because I don't think that at all. I think that's a lot harder. I think that's a lot harder to do, Trotter just needed to stretch. He went back out there, second team. Yeah, somebody said Trotter. I haven't seen any reports from it, so I don't want to say it. But somebody said that he was down for a little bit and then got back up, went out, and then went back down. Sounds like some sort of cramp thing or something, but we'll see. No, there you go. Jeremiah Trotter's down, grabbing the back of his leg after the final rep of practice. On the final rep of practice, Eagles trainers massaging the back of Trotter's legs. That helped up. Trainers took a step to get on the passenger seat of the cart, which he rode off the field. Ah, crap. So Trotter's down. That's not good. Last rep of practice. Let me pull this up for you guys. Here's what we got. Eagles trainers massaging the back of Trotter's legs, then helped up the trainer and took a step to get on the passenger seat of the cart, which he rode off the field. Trotter is down and grabbing the back of his leg after the final rep of practice. Trotter's up and now riding off in a cart. Jeez. That sucks. So we're going to have to hold our breath with that one. Shit. Hopefully, riding the cart, I'm hoping that, he's riding the cart and it's not anything too serious. I don't know. Yeah, the injury bug, hopefully not. Hopefully it's a cramp or something. Not serious. I mean, Trotter is going out there. He's getting first team reps. First team reps already. I mean, damn it. Yeah, it could be minor. It could be. It's hard to say. They said he got up, but they put him on the cart. But if it's the last rep of practice, then, they might have just not want him to walk off the field. So we'll have to see and hold our breath. They're gonna tell her eat extra bananas. Yeah. I can't even, Andrew. I can't even say anything like that. Probably just a cramp. Yeah, we'll see. I think Trotter's going to be a stud too when he gets a chance to play, and to see. Like, I'm trying to think of all the rookies from the first 2 days of practice. I think Trotter's the only rookie that we've heard get first team reps. That so yeah, it could be cramp. It's hot out there. Yeah, back of the leg sounds like what, like hamstring or calf. I'm gonna think good things and hopefully it'll be fine. Must be minor. It's first team reps, faster pace game. Might have gotten to him. Could be cramps. A lot of these guys get cramps and stuff. Especially early. Who knows? It's good to see that Trotter's getting reps, though. I'm surprised that Isaiah Rodgers hasn't taken any nickel reps. No, he said, I'm surprised that he's not. Like, I thought they brought him to play nickel, and that when they got rid of Avonte Maddox, it was for that specific reason. But he's only been outside. It sounds like a cramp. If he was able to get up, it's optimistic. Yeah, we gotta be optimistic. Definitely. John says, crazy how strong these dudes look nowadays, but how fragile they are compared to old days. Well, you wonder, the bigger they get, the more muscle, all that stuff, the bones are still the same. And you wonder how much it could take. It's really humid this morning, Philly. Yeah, that's what they were saying. Or it looks like the Chiefs to beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl was Mahomes and Kelsey, and Eagles was supposed to be the better team. I don't know. You're trying to depress me this morning. Sounds like it's Maddox's job to lose it. Well, I think Maddox, the guy that was going to challenge Maddox is supposed to be Cooper DeJean. He was supposed to be challenging him in the slot. He's out 3 weeks. He's going to miss at least the first 2 preseason games. So he's starting. He's got to play catch up. Maddox is a shoo-in now to make this roster. Maddox is a lock. Texas boys for Texas boy. Man, we need a linebacker and a safety. Get Trotter and Dean out of there. They're too small. Listen, Trotter was getting. I think Trotter can play in this league. The weight doesn't bother me with Trotter. What's his face? Yeah. So here you go. Ed Kratz is saying this. There's some good news. Trotter carted off the field after practice. Doesn't look like anything serious. Cramps, probably. He got up and walked to the cart. All right, that's good news. Good news. I don't believe Trotter is too small to play in this league. Being what you weigh and your size as a rookie is not what you're going to be in 2 or 3 years. He's exactly the same size Patrick Queen was coming out. So he'll be fine. Now, Nakobe Dean, there's no way I believe he's 220. I think Nakobe Dean was like 215. He's too small. He basically said he's not the best tackler because size. He doesn't want to get hurt. Who said that? James says, I don't know why Eagle fans so high on Hurts. 4 years, the dude hasn't thrown over 23 touchdowns in a season. That's very mid. Yeah, if you base everything on just how many touchdowns that you've thrown, there's a lot more to the game than that, and the difference is that he also gets touchdowns with his legs. So I think that I think how many touchdown passes you throw, I think it's a little overblown, and I think that's something that he'll get through. Listen, I'd rather have a guy throw 25 touchdowns every year and go win Super Bowls and win big games than throw 40 touchdowns and then can't win a playoff game. ESP said hamstring and McLean said calf. We are cooked. Yeah, they don't know. They're just guessing. Adam Schefter, an official holdout. The Jets placed veteran edge rusher Hassan Reddick on the reserve did not report list. Now, do you hear all the things that are coming out about the whole Hassan Reddick thing? And practice is over now. So they're going to start doing some press conferences and things like that. But did you see this whole thing with Reddick? The Jets, they basically they knew Reddick wanted a new contract that would hold out, and they trade for him anyways. It's kind of crazy. Gets a cramp and suddenly he's a bum. Laughing my day 2 of training camp and they're getting first string reps. He was drafted in the 5th round. Right. There's not another rookie on this team, including Quinyon Mitchell, that got first team reps, except for Trotter. Trotter is going to start this year. I truly believe that. It sounds like Trotter's going to be okay. Jets are stupid doing Reddick like that. Yeah, they really are. It's crazy. That's a guy I want to watch if he's half as talented as his father, we're going to have something to watch. DeJean was another guy to watch. I'm super disappointed that he's not out there. I am too. I think it really hurt his rookie year this year. He's just going to, I don't think DeJean, we're going to have to wait till like later in the season to really see what he does, because I think it throws you way off when you miss that much time as a rookie. D-Love David Super Chat, my man. Shout out to you. Goes, Hurts MVP season coming. Let the haters hate. Hey, I'm putting money on it. I'm going to put money on it. I think he's going to have a big year. Hurts looking more trim. Got to keep him protected. He looks like he's in fantastic shape. They said he looks much faster than he did a year ago. And they said that the big difference that people have noticed so far in the first 2 days of training camp is he's accurate. He's hitting guys, the over-the-shoulder throw down the field to A.J. Brown, the 35-yard touchdown to Goddard. They said a lot of times last year he was just off missing passes like that. This year he's hitting them. I think he's going to have a monster year. Logan, what is up, my man? 500, what I miss? Well, practice just ended. Some, a lot of the same old stuff. But I thought one of the most interesting aspects of practice, let me lower this TV. I think one of the most interesting things is the fact that Jeremiah Trotter Jr. was getting first-team reps today next to Devin White, which is what I really, really like. But he did get hurt at the end of practice, and they carted him off. Most people think it was cramps, but we'll see. Let's see. My eye is on Mitchell through camp. Mitchell will get first team reps. That will happen. It will definitely happen. What if Bradbury became a good safety? Haha. Yeah, it was funny. Vic Fangio was saying today that he thought it was hard. It's hard for corners to go from corner to safety. I'm sure it is on some levels. But to me, to me, when I hear James Bradbury at safety, second string safety, to me it's like we're going to keep him on the roster, but we want him out of the way. We want him out of the way at the cornerback position. So let's just put him as a backup safety. Again, he's gone. There's no way Bradbury is on this team week 1. I truly believe that. Bald Eagle Daver Super Chat goes, Trotter getting first team snaps over Dean says a lot. It does. I mean, they are rotating those guys, but they said, hey, Rook, get up here. You're up. They want to take a look. I'm with Philly 500 about Trotter taking Dean's spot if you give a chance. I truly believe it. If Trotter starts, I don't think he gives up that spot when that time comes, It's going to be crazy. Why do I think they got Barkley? Because they needed a running back. I mean, first of all, you needed a running back. And one of the things the Eagles that people don't understand is the Eagles love a specific type of running back. They like a guy with specific skill set. Not a lot of guys have it. McCaffrey has it, Shady McCoy has it, and Barkley has it. So as soon as they got that opportunity, they were going to jump all over it. Push Bradbury on special teams we have. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Trotter, who they hating on my boy Dean. Oh man. I'm not hating on Dean. I'm hoping Dean's great. But man, I gotta tell you, I also love Trotter. I just think Trotter's a good player. Purified, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate it. He goes, yo, Philly, what up, brother? Do the Eagles practice tomorrow too? The Eagles have a walkthrough tomorrow. They have a walkthrough. So I may not do a stream during a walkthrough. I don't think there's anything to see during a walkthrough, really. But I will. I might stream tomorrow night. I'm not sure, but it's not practice, so I won't be streaming this early. I'll be streaming probably in the afternoon. Just trade Bradbury and more stack, right? I agree. I mean, listen, if you're going to say, all right, we're paying James Bradbury all this money and we're going to make him our second string safety, I mean, if you're really thinking that you're going to play him like that, which I don't believe they think, why just not go out and get Justin Simmons for 1 year? Trotter Jr., the hatchet man. The hatchet man. From the axe man to hatchet man. Come on. Man, I like Trotter. I do. Isaiah Rodgers said himself on a podcast that he prefers to play outside because playing inside, you have to fill more run fits, and due to his size, he doesn't think he's the best. He likes the outside. Yeah, he said he likes the outside. And they asked him, and he said, yeah, I want the outside. So he's going to be on, Isaiah Rodgers is going to be on the outside. And I think Isaiah Rodgers is going to be a good player. I mean, if you look at camp, you look at all the OTAs, he was the best. He was the best player that they had. So I agree. I have to agree. Nobody trading for Brad. Somebody will bite. This is what the Eagles are thinking. You're going to have an injury. You're going to have a team need depth at a specific position, and that at that point they'll be willing to take on Bradbury. It'll happen. You won't get. Don't expect the Eagles to get anything for him. But to me, it's like just go get Justice Simmons. Let's go. Yeah, they're trying to raise Bradbury's worth so they can trade him to another team. Yeah, they want to tell teams, oh, look, we got Bradbury playing safety. He can play corner. He could play safety. Bradbury is very versatile. That's what they want to say. It ups his trade value. The problem I see with that is he's getting second team reps. They said he was out in the field a lot yesterday, but he's only getting second team reps. So he's not even starting. I don't know how appealing that is, Buzz, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. If Trotter Jr. ends up on Washington, we are in a simulation. Dude, we're already in a simulation, but that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, that would be crazy. Hurts will never beat Mahomes. Not a lot of people will beat Mahomes. Listen, when you look at quarterbacks, truthfully, there's Mahomes and everybody else. There's a big drop between number 1 and number 2 as far as I'm concerned. Mahomes is that guy where he makes everybody better, and you don't have to have complete talent around him. He still finds a way to win. I think there's a big gap between Mahomes and anybody else. It's not even close. Trot needs to start on special teams first before talking about starting. Well, I mean, if he's out there and he's looking good and they like what they see from him as a starter, I mean, why not play him? They might just be wanting to get a look at him. But I think Trotter and White, let's do it. I mean, the Zach Bond, I know nothing about Zach Bond. Like, I have no idea what Vic Fangio sees or not. So it's like, who knows? Yeah, Hurts did beat Mahomes last season. Yeah. Big Chris, shout out to 500 for doing these early streams. Great content. Thank you, my man. And people like it. I'll continue to do these during practice. Hopefully, my computer issue will be resolved. It is a mother humper. I want to see if I can take a picture and show you guys what I'm dealing with. It was worse a week ago. It was like to the point where I couldn't even edit. And then it got a little better, but then this morning, it just wouldn't turn on. So this is what I'm seeing. I'm going to show you. And then today, the reason I was late was I could not get the computer to turn on. The screen was just black. It was it. I'm going to show you. Oh, whoops. Oh, my wife's getting a text now. She don't know why. I'm going to send this to you guys. I'm going to show you guys what I'm dealing with. I don't know why it started doing this. It's really crazy. Like, All right, so can you guys see? You see the? Well, let me get this off here. Hold on. Can you see on the picture? You see there's a big black round circle. There's all these lines, and then there's lines up the middle. That's what I'm dealing with, and it's getting worse and worse. It started as just this real faint little line down the middle, and I was like, I wasn't even sure what it was. Now it's just getting worse and worse. And today I could not get the screen on. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. And your quarterback, dude, if our quarterback is overrated, then what is Daniel Jones? Because Daniel Jones is not any good. And why you would pay Daniel Jones all that money is crazy. 500. I swear, I never punched the screen. I never threw my computer. I never spazzed out on it. It just started as a little faint line, almost looking like it just needed to be cleaned or something. And then it just has been getting worse and worse and worse. You need to get that fixed before it messes your whole screen loss. Well, that's what I had. That's why I was late today. I got up this morning. I kept trying to turn my computer on, and it was just all black. As soon as I get my video out today after this, I'm gonna have to go take it in. But I'm gonna not have my computer for like 2-3 weeks. Yeah, it's definitely the screen, but I don't know why it's doing that. John Davis Super Chat, give us a full day recap. Yeah, I will. I'll do a full day recap video. After the stream. Nathan says that's how my MacBook Pro started. It was just because they put a capacitor on the graphics board that was half the size it needed to be, so it wouldn't burn out. 2 years, dump Apple. Yeah, dude, this thing's less than a year old. And I don't want to spend $3,000 on another computer. Eagles at 500. You're the best Eagles YouTuber. These live streams are great, and the vids are amazing. Love the content, Thank you, Eagles, man. I appreciate that, man. I really do, man. There's a lot of great content creators out there, and the fact that you guys would even watch me or hang out with me means a lot. It does. And we're going to be doing a lot of these. We got a lot of streams this year, a lot of football, But this screen really threw me off today. James says 500. I believe it or not, Reed is a quarterback guru. Made McNabb Smith. Look at McNabb after Reed left. He was 31 washed up. Now, Reed's great. Let me ask you this question. The honest question. If the Eagles back under those Reed days had Patrick Mahomes instead of Donovan McNabb, do the Eagles win a title? Do they win a Super Bowl? I would say yes. Brandon Lewis is watching too much Poor at 500. No, it's not that. It's just the screen. I mean, how would watching that affect? How would that even affect the screen? Like what the giant cock is banging up against my screen? It's not 3D. It's nothing like that. It's just something with the screen is going. Ringo is the outside guy. Ringo is, I think. Bradbury to the Vikings or Rams. The injuries are starting. Yeah, exactly. Buzz says, I'm excited for Cam Jarvis. I don't think Kelsey would have left if we weren't in good hands. Remember, Kelsey picked Cam in the draft. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Cam, the way he played guard last year, I think it was good, man. Mahomes looked like crap with those wide receivers last year, but look what he did when he had to. When it was overtime of the Super Bowl, Mahomes was Mahomes. That's you can't teach that. Joseph says one thing about these giant Cowboy fans is either without a leg to stand up, they still try to stand. I respect the fandom, but the Birds will own them for at least the next 5-10 years. Agreed. I agree. Cowboy fans are going to lose their mind. 500. No, he doesn't. Yeah, I need a new screen. I do. I'm going to have to take it in today. It sucks because I didn't even want to buy I didn't want to buy this computer, but my other computer got, I don't know, I think a cat peed on it or something. It got wet somehow. I still don't know how, and it ruined. So I had to get this computer. I wanted to wait another year to get a computer. So now I'm stuck in this situation. Is Jordan Love really holding out? That's crazy. Is he really holding out? Is that true? I hope he holds out all of camp. I'm just saying, that how could that affect the screen? It's raining in Texas, Philly. I know what that means. Cowboys tears. Yeah, right. 500. How are you almost 50 and don't need to wear glasses? I probably need them. I just don't wear them. You know. I'll tell you when I think I need them. Probably at night driving. Like the glare driving at night has gotten really bad for me. Over the years, Dak has had prime Des Bryant, Amari Cooper, and now CD, but he still can't pass the divisional round in almost a decade. Yeah, well, that's Mark Holmes' bailout. Is they don't put talent around Dak, but man, Dak had early in his career he had one of the best offensive lines. He had plenty of weapons. The 1 year he threw 37 touchdowns. Listen, you can't make excuses when your team's a number 1 seed and you lose. That's a problem. When you're a number 2 seed like last year and you lose, that's a problem. There's a team that won 12 games 3 years in a row, and they still can't get out of the first round of playoffs. I mean, at some point, it's not you can't just blame everybody else but Dak. You ever notice what, Mark? It's always a team game when talking about who's responsible or talking about what Dak does wrong. It's nobody else, but every other thing, Dak is the greatest quarterback. It's a joke. 500, my guy, what's up with you? Philadelphians nominate the GOAT of the Eagles content. Keep doing your thing. Thank you, my man, Rick. Thank you, brother. How CD Camp? Yeah, he's holding out. Holding out is selfish move on the part of the players. You're not setting a good example for players. You're already on a contract. Fulfill it. Well, that's my personal belief too, but that's not how it works, And there's some arguments to be made though that the teams don't honor the contract either. I mean, a team doesn't want you anymore; they can just cut you. So, I mean, I hear you. If it was me and I played, I would play it out. You think you're getting hacked by the government? No, they know who I already know that they know who I am. They're well aware of me. San Francisco and Dallas are imploding. I love it. I love it. Texas boy, poor Texas boy. Jules says, hey, 500. Hey, what's going on? How are you? The Vikings lost their corner, Sen Bradbury, in a second. Eagles says 500. Jalen is all around better quarterback than Dak. Jalen shines with talent and has won playoff games. Dak is older and still can't win playoff games, even when Dak's talent still. Well, that's the thing. If you're in a situation, and let's say it's the fourth quarter, you're down 4, and there's under 2 minutes left. Do I want Dak Prescott taking me down there, or do I want Jalen Hurts? In a playoff game, I'm going with Hurts because Dak has shown that he doesn't rise up in playoffs. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Russia and China sent bombers like near Alaska. I saw something about that. We upgraded our D-line by getting Brian Burns, so the Giants front is going to be easy to run defense, win champion. Giants doing that, building an old defense back. Giants defense is going to, I think your front is going to be good. I really like what you did on your defensive line, but your offense is so inept that you're a few years away from getting back to the playoffs. Trotter, cramp, and calf, he is good. That's great news. That is great news. Let's see here. Bryce Huff said he's dropping into cover to use versus run more than he was with the Jets. Not surprising. I don't understand how it could be that. Get Trotter a Gatorade. Yeah, he's all right. Pickle juice. You're not worried about Barkley. Well, the problem with your argument is even though your defensive line is going to be good, the problem is when you play the Eagles offensive line is really, really, really good. So that's going to be the issue the Giants have. I think the Eagles offensive line is championship quality. Two is also 1.5. Dan Silver said Jacob Mia, Cowboys got better tight end. Did you agree, Dallas? No. My thought was, boy, we had this argument like 2 weeks ago. I already said my piece. No, Goddard's better. Goddard's better. I didn't even think it was close. Giants better be worried about Barkley. Burns can't stop the run. Listen, the Giants will get to the quarterback, but what else will they do? Are you worried about their passing game? I mean, look at their weapons. Look at their offensive line. I mean, they added some guys, but they're not the greatest guys. And then they got their run games is inept. The Giants are going to get some sacks. Their defense will play good early in the year. Maybe they'll be close a few games, but they're going to stink. They'll be last place. When fans say honor your contract, no freaking way. Ask MJD how he feels about playing a rookie contract. Oh yeah, that's right. Maurice Jones-Drew. Yeah. I mean, all I can say, if it was me, I'd play it out. But at the same time, you have to remember teams can cut you, and you have to get what you're worth. Because the truth is if you have an injury or something like that, your whole career could go down. You can't afford it. You got to take care of your family first. Mark it now. Barkley, 178 yards and 2 touchdowns week 1. I like it. I got 165 and 2 touchdowns. But I think Barkley goes off. Is Love really holding out? Barron says, I want to get another Kelly Green, but I don't know who to get. Stuck between Dickerson, Mulata, Smith, Brown, and Carter. Who would be best? In my opinion, if I had to choose, it would be between Smith and Carter. Because both those guys are drafted by the Eagles and young. And Smith just got his extension. And Carter, he'll get his. Are we satisfied with the right tackle spot? Does Becton slide over, or is his knees done right tackle after Lane? I don't know. I mean, it looks like Becton's playing guard. Becton, with Landon Dickerson out of practice yesterday and then limited today, he's sitting there getting guard snaps. So I think Becton is probably not the answer long term at right tackle. I think he's going to be the answer in one of the guard. I think he's going to be right guard. I'm telling you, I think he's going to play guard, and that's it. And he's going to kick ass. Jurgens is doing fine. Jurgens is fine. Love is holding out. He wants more money now. Well, I'll tell you what. If he could go all training camp holding out, he will not be ready week 1. That becomes a shoo-in win for the Eagles. That would be crazy. We'll see. I mean, that's crazy that he's holding out. I don't know. We'll see. Green Bay, their front office does things a certain way, so we'll see. Life with Trucker, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Appreciate you. He goes, if they want players to play out their contracts, they need to get rid of the franchise tag. It's unfair that teams can stop you from signing somewhere else because they don't want you to pay up. Yeah, I agree. I agree. To me, like, I don't. If a guy holds out in certain situations, I get it. What I don't like is when they sign a new contract and then they play 1 year of that contract and then they're not happy with it, like going into year 2. It's like, no, that gets a little ridiculous. Love contract is almost done. He's at practice, but he's not doing anything. But he's holding out. I mean, that's not a holdout. If he's at practice, then he's not holding out. Holdout is that you're not there. You're not there. $500. If players say they play for a ring, most times 90% that's a lie. It's the money first. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of players play for just the money. I do. And I think that's why the Eagles like to go, and the Eagles like to just really bring the guys that they draft within their organization, you know. Twit says they get paid millions and cry. I don't feel bad for them. They get paid. The money they make is like astronomical. I can't even imagine what that would look like in my bank account. If James Bradbury could go to the Cowboys, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I wouldn't either. Twitter says, if Becton is progressing under Statland, then you have to find a way to start him. He's friggin' size and skill will be dominating. Just has to get coached and develop consistency. I agree. I think that right guard spot is interesting. Like, they're giving Tyler Steen first shot. But, man, if Becton slid in there and became, let's say, a starting right guard, he could be all pro. I mean, that he could solidify that thing for years. That guy is that big, but he's talented. He's talented. The Jets are the Jets. You know, careers are ruined with the Jets. Trotter got carded. Yeah, Trotter got carded, but they're saying it was just cramps. So he's going to be fine. Eagles 500 forward. I see the Packers are close to getting a deal done with Love, but I don't see anything about him holding out. Yeah, well, I don't. If he's up practicing, I'm not practicing until my deal's done, but he's there. I don't consider that a holdout, especially if they're close. You know, he just doesn't want anything to go wrong. I get that, but you know, holdout is like CeeDee Lamb. Like you don't show up at all. Yeah, Wink Martindale punched double. I know. As soon as I heard it, I wanted him to be the defensive coordinator. Bradbury's here to stay. There's no way I see Bradbury being here. Like seriously, there's no way in which I can see Bradbury being with the Eagles. And the reason I say that is they're putting him at second string safety. No, they're not even playing him at corner. He's not getting any reps. They're going to move Bradbury. Zach Bond getting first team reps for the most part. Day 2. That's pretty much all I can say. You know, they did rotate him in and out, but he started a day twice, getting being the starter. Right now, I think if you had to do a depth chart, maybe I should do an unofficial depth chart, in my opinion. But Bond's right now your starter. Kenny Pickett is better than Daniel Jones. I agree with that. They should have cap on positions. That's the way the rest of the other positions aren't devalued. Yeah, well, the quarterback's always going to get a lot of money, you know. Love is not holding out. He's holding in, showing up for everything, but he's just not participating until they get a new deal done. Yeah, I don't consider that a holdout either. He's there. He's engaged. He just doesn't want anything to happen. I don't blame him. You know, it sounds like they're really, really close, which, you know what, is funny, but he makes a bunch of money, right? They're going to have to pay Love tons of money. And guess what? It just raises Dallas Cowboys' value of what they're going to have to pay Dak Prescott. Dallas is in such a bad position. It's hilarious. Yeah, I heard that they're discussing having two caps, like a separate cap from quarterbacks. I did hear that. Yeah. Parity is generated by how the cap is distributed. Yeah, I think so. Eagle fans bashing Daniel Jones, but how would Hurts look behind that line? Well, that's a good point. That's a great argument for Daniel Jones. That the line has been trashed for years. I think Hurts would still be better than Daniel Jones, but yeah. Question is with Daniel Jones ACL, how limited is he going to be in moving? Because Daniel Jones has to use his legs quite often. That's because they got the best GM in football. No, what's the battery with you and the best owner? Who are we talking about? Eagle fans call that whoop them trash. Maybe what? Wait, what? I don't think China and Russia could beat us. It doesn't matter because we're all. Nobody survives a nuclear war. You don't win those. We all die. That is like the crazy. These people that think that they can survive it, they're insane. When you hear like politicians talk about, oh well, we're willing to use nukes if possible. They're mad. They're crazy. They're insane. They're insane. You don't survive it. Anytime you hear any politician talk like, well, we got the nuke, they're insane. They're psychopaths. Talking about Jerry Jones, the SGMA football, why ain't got no money? He's got to deal with all his paternity tests. If Dallas has to pay Dak again this year, this will be the greatest ever. We just pay him so their Super Bowl dreams can be further put on. Listen, he was $55 million against their cap. All they had to do was restructure. They have like $20 to $25 million in space. They didn't do it. They ate the cap. I think they're trying to blow that team up. That boy cute, thank you for super chat. Philly, what advice would you give to starting a channel? My advice is know what you want to talk about. Have fun doing it. Just be yourself and be very, very patient because unless you're lucky, it's very, very hard to just blow up real quick. It takes a long, long time. And that's the truth. Of all the years I've been doing, I still have never had a viral video. Like it's not. It just doesn't happen that easy. At least not for me. That would be my advice, and I really appreciate the super chat. Phil, you are a certified corner. That's what. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. 500. Did you see the clip of Daniel Jones overthrowing a screen pass? Like, no, but I want it. I haven't seen it. Dallas not giving CD a new deal. Dak will be the fall guy. Cowboys will draft Shedeur. See, I think that too. I think they want to draft Shedeur Sanders. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to make Dion the head coach. Yeah. You forgot about missile defenses. Yeah, the thing with missile defenses is there's so many missiles that will be launched at one time that it would overwhelm any system. I don't believe any system is foolproof. It's just not. There are going to be hundreds of missiles that get through. And when it goes. There's no surviving that kind of war. There isn't, and that's not political or anything. That's just, when I grew up, it was don't ever get involved in it because nobody wins. Now you got these psychopaths leading the, in government stuff, and they talk about, oh, we can survive it, These politicians are crazy. They're psychopaths. You can't survive it. There is no surviving. Just don't do it. Just don't get involved. That's the best way. Torville said, if the Cowboys draft Sanders and hire Dion, it will destroy their locker room for years. A father-son coach-player combo won't work. Yeah, you're probably right. But that's something I could see Jerry Jones doing. Thing is this, they got to pay Dak, they got to pay CD, and they got to pay Micah. All three of those guys want to be highest paid at their position. Micah wants to be the highest paid defensive player, let alone, just position. So if they pay and give all those guys the money, they're number one or two at those three positions. Their cap is going to be they're going to be screwed for years. So they can't sign all three guys. The question is, who do they keep? Who do they get rid of? I think they might let Parsons walk. That's why I think Parsons is going to be an Eagle. Jay's a Davis Super Chat. The only player Philly 500 hates is Derek Barnett. No, I don't hate Derek Barnett. It's like, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I just don't think he was worth the first round pick. I don't think he's a first round pick. Game Time Brian says, get back to okay. I will definitely do that. Have you and Joey ever thought about streaming Eagles games together, or would it be difficult? Yeah, it's something we possibly could do. It's hard to do it because then you have to have the TV set at the same time. There's a lot of things that go involved. So in some ways, it's just easier to do it by myself. I do agree the Cowboys will probably eventually trade Lamb and Parsons if they want a short top 5 pick next year. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, but the weird thing is if they would have just signed those guys earlier, they would have saved millions and millions of dollars. Every time somebody else signs and resets the market, it's going to cost them more. Pizzle's going to be chewing a lot of aspirin. Oh, yeah. What's up going on, King Diego? What'd you miss? Another day of practice. I think you saw Ringo take first team reps today. Him and Isaiah Rodgers are definitely splitting reps in the first team. You had the same thing with the linebackers. You did have Jeremiah Trotter Jr. get first team reps today. He got hurt at the end of practice. Sounds like it was just cramps, though. And then Jalen Hurts continues to look really good. Also, I think Huff would have had a sack. Oh, there would be a lot to talk about in the recap. A restructuring of contract would have saved them $20 million. Yeah, they would have been able to make some moves. I mean, maybe get themselves a running back. I think Dallas is on the verge of going over the cliff. I do. I think that they handled the cap really bad. They don't handle the cap well at all. I know I watch all these Cowboy people, on Twitter and stuff. They're like, yeah, Dak's going to be the number 1 paid quarterback, and CeeDee Lamb's going to be the number 1 paid wide receiver, and Mike is, and they're like, they celebrate it. Like, dude, that's going to cost you a lot. Dallas has shown that they're not good enough with cap stuff to do the things that Howie Roseman does. Daniel Jones is going to get the ball and GM fired or run their lives. Agreed. Of course, he's going to go look good against your trash. Imagine what he would look like against your defense. See, the Giants' biggest strength goes up against the Eagles' biggest strength. That's a problem for the Giants. Giants, they do have a good pass rush, but guess what? The Eagles' offensive line will manhandle them. That's the problem. Chiquita, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, happy 13,453 birthday to Jerry Jones, right? Exactly. I mean, Stephen Jones's ass. See, even Game Time Brian agrees. I just don't. The way they work their cap is crazy. Dude, they probably could have signed CD 6 months ago. It would have been done. They should have done something with Dak. I don't think they keep all 3 of those guys. And Game Time Brian, you're in here. You can answer. Out of all 3 guys, which guy is most likely to be left? Be off of the Cowboys between Dak, Micah, and CD. Because I think Micah probably would be the odd man out. Cloud says, I'm going to Eagles over practice. I'm streaking it butt naked with a sign on my chest that says Sirianni sucks and the arrow point. Dude, you ain't gonna. That would be crazy. I can't wait to see your mugshot on the news. Wow, you think Dak? So you think they're going to get rid of Dak? Wow, that's interesting, dude. There's not a video more that I look forward to watching than when the Cowboys let Dak Prescott go, and Mark Holmes has to make that video. I live for that. As the Eagle fans, I want them to sign Dak. He sucks. Well, the thing with Dak is I don't think they're going to win a playoff game with him. But I mean, as a regular season quarterback, he's still good. He is what, 30, something like that, 31. That's crazy. Christopher Davis, super chat, my man. He goes, hey, Philly, you think Jerry is the father? Of course. Of course. I think open practice, I don't know. I want to say August 1st. I think it's August 1st. I'll be streaming that live. I can't be there. But I might have to get people to be sending me video. Yeah, August 1st. Yeah, Trotter, it was just cramps. It was just cramps. Dak will go to the Giants. I can't see Dak going to the Giants. If you're Dak, you don't go to the Giants. Now, I like Neighbors. I think he's going to be good, but Dak would have to go somewhere I could see him going to the Raiders. I could totally see that. He needs to go somewhere where the teams around him good. Dallas is a very talented team. They just to be able to get out of their own way. In all serious, no joking around, I think I would be very concerned about that running game for Dallas because I don't think it's a threat. And I think that even though Pollard wasn't great last year, he still provided enough respect that kept defenses honest. I don't think defenses are going to respect the Cowboys' run game. So that makes them very one-dimensional. Dak is 42. What is he, 32? 500, you need a tech guy? I do. Here's what I'm dealing with my screen. You see? It's getting worse and worse. I got to get it taken in today. I'm going to lose my computer for 3 weeks. Yeah, but if there's one position where you can upgrade quickly, that is true. That is true. However, you have to be willing to upgrade. The Cowboys don't look like they're willing to bring anybody in. I don't understand why Cowboys wouldn't go out and maybe get a Dalvin Cook, or even if Miles Sanders became available, they should jump on it because I think bad graphic card. I don't know if it's a graphic card. I think it's just the screen. It was just a real light. You could barely see it, and it's just got progressively worse. I haven't heard a word come out of Washington. I think they need to keep their eyes on them. I also think they could shock everybody. I think their quarterback's going to be good. I like that kid. I do think they're going to. I think they're going to surprise some people. I actually think they're going to finish ahead of Dallas this year. Dak's about to hit 31 in a couple days. So you figure Dak's 31. He probably can play up until 35, 36. So he's got another 4 years in him. But the question is Dallas going to pay him all that money? I don't think so. And even Game Time Brian thinks that he would be out of those three, Parsons, CD, and Dak. He thinks Dak would be the guy they get rid of. See, I would have thought Micah, but who knows? 500 Parsons is ready to be an Eagle. He's sad about the Cowboys' future Eagle. Mike, I agree. Do you use a cooling mat when rendering your? I don't. No, I don't even know what a cooling mat is. But I mean, my computer never gets hot. It's never hot. For what you do would seem iPads. No, I don't think so. You'd be surprised the amount of doing editing, the amount of computer power it takes up is a lot more than people think. It really is. You know, it is. Dak ain't leaving the Cowgirls. He might not be, but I don't think they're signing. I mean, I don't think all 3 stars get signed. You know, they already paid Diggs before the injury. Yeah, but listen, CDE's not paid. You know, Micah wants to get paid, and Dak. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Dallas is lucky they only got 1 holdout. You know, it's crazy. All right, let me see here. All right, let's put some. Let me get some stuff here. All right, I gotta have to go check out these press conferences as soon as I'm done here. Here's a Devin White press conference. White talks about the challenges of going against the Eagles offense. Okay. Devin White said he started a group chat with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown before they got back to training camp. He sent a photo of an empty glass and said, let's pour into it. Okay. Okay. I don't know what that means, but that's pour into that mother humper. What's up, Mike? Who's in the house? 500. Make your scream shout. Go flip and go. Thank you. Gunny Mac, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate you. He goes, watching the game from overseas this season. Keep the content flowing for me, you guys. Who you got as tight end 2? I don't even know. I would think Albert O maybe is who, but maybe Calcaterra. I think it's an open question because I'm not sure. I would say if I had to lean to somebody right now, I would say Calcaterra, but he's always hurt, and I don't know. Yeah, I think he's a little small. It's a position to watch, and you're overseas. Are you in the service? If so, thank you for your service, man. And I'll be streaming a lot of games, so come hang out with me, man. It should be fun. And thank you again for that super chat. Let's see. Devin White started group text. We talked about that. News alert. There's a Broncos wide receiver Cortland Sutton signed Cortland Sutton to a restructured contract that could pay him $15.2 million this season, including $1.5 in incentives. Sutton reported training camp on time. Denver sweetened the deal for one of its team leaders, so he's making $15 million. There's Hurts signing autographs for the fans. That's very, very cool. Shout out to his fans out there. Very, very cool. Let's see. My man Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis talks conditioning. That's what it's all about with Jordan Davis, man. Conditioning. Jordan Davis said him and Jalen Carter love Fangio's scheme. Said it's very familiar because they played it a lot in Georgia. That's awesome. Him and Carter, in my opinion, are the keys to this defense. And here's Barkley signing contracts. The Giant guy is in here. Remember that guy? Get a good look. He looks much better in green. He will be eating no Twinkies. No, man. No Twinkies this year. Hell yeah, 13-4. I like it. There's Barkley signing contracts. Signing autographs. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much day 2. Like I said, I apologize for being late. Hopefully I can get this computer situation fixed quickly, which I'll try to go deal with today. There's no way they could change out my screen in like a day, right? It's gonna take the person told me like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. It's like, God, that's too long. I got all this stuff on my computer. It's going to be a pain in the butt. I almost just want to buy another computer and transfer stuff, but I can't. That boy Jordan going to eat. We'll see. Philly just said there's Barkley. Barkley contract. I know. It's crazy, right? It'll take an hour. Man, I wish. Well, I'm gonna be up there as soon as I get off here. I'm gonna get my recap day 2 recap video going and get that up, and then I'm gonna take this thing in. Tomorrow the Eagles have a walkthrough, so I will not be streaming practice in the morning. Bad Dog have been having problems with OBS, but he got it back. I need to sit down and try to figure out how to use OBS. Every time I try, I have the worst time, but I would love to be able to use some of its features. Logan, you have a great day too, my friend. It should never take 3 weeks to fix a computer. They said, it's going to have to get mailed off. I don't know. We'll see. I'll go up there again. I'm going to talk to somebody else. Sometimes you just speak to people and you're talking to an idiot. And then you're better off just saying, okay, yeah, whatever. And then just trying again with somebody else and you get somewhere. So we'll see. If you report your YouTube money, then a computer is an operating expense. Yeah, it is. It is. It's a write-off. I agree. I still don't want to have to go buy a whole new one. But it is what it is. We'll see. I don't know how much better a new MacBook would be compared to the one I have. So, if it's not a gigantic upgrade, then there's no point. New iPad Pro Aloof app. I know what I'm talking. I have to look into it. So all the kitties for the computer, they're only 4 weeks long. Actually, I already got two of them already taken. 2 people, somebody reached out to me. Everybody loves these kittens, so all their friends and stuff want them. So I got somebody that want 2 boys. So I already got 2 of them already taken. As soon as they get old enough, you can still keep information. Just need new monitor. What do you mean? So don't take the display. Just get a new monitor. Huh. Might as well just get a desktop for half the money. I know. I thought about that. The only issue I have with that is I a lot of times I can't take a desktop to work. So I edit here. Like lunchtime, I come home, I do a video. And once the video is recorded, I take it, I go back, and I edit. Not at home. I can't take a giant Mac with me. No, I'm not streaming the Hall of Fame game. I'll watch it. I won't stream it. In preseason, I only stream the Eagles. Regular season, we'll do most Thursday night games, most Monday night games, and then most likely we'll see about Sunday night games. Sunday games is really the matchup. I usually try to do 2 national games a week that I think are the best matchups, because some of the Thursday night games stink, right? So if a Thursday night game stinks, I might do Sunday and Monday. If the Monday night game stinks, I'll do the Thursday and Sunday. So it just depends. Yeah, I'm active duty U.S. Marine Corps, 14 years. Thank you for your service. God bless you, man. Appreciate what you do, man, so much, because it means a lot to this country. It means a lot to us. And I know it's not easy on you and your family. So thank you so much, man. You guys always have a room at the table on this channel. I have nothing but respect for those that serve. Thank you. Yeah, Thursday night opener streaming. We'll be streaming kickoff. Yeah, we'll be streaming. I try to do I do all the Eagles games. I try to do the Eagles and Cowboys games. Believe it or not, my Cowboys streams do really good. So I do those. If the Giants were better, maybe I would stream more of theirs. Same with Washington. But yeah, I'll be streaming those this year. God bless you guys. Respect. Absolutely. Good to see Trotter get first team reps today. Looks like the injury isn't serious, probably cramps. Yeah, that's what they're saying, Luke, that it was cramps. Who's on the Eagles should Warden's number 0 over Bryce Huff? If I had to say, yeah, who should have won? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm okay with Bryce Huff wearing it. There was somebody I was thinking, but I can't remember. What the weird number is Josh Sweat changed his number to 19. Father, your screen frozen. No, it's not frozen. It's just fading. Jalen Carter, I don't think he would have worn 0. Cooper, yeah. DeJean's going to miss 3 weeks. Trotter ain't starting. He'll be on spot. I'm telling you, he's not going to start right away, Harold. But I'm telling you, by the end of the year, Trotter's a starter. C.J. Johnson before, yeah, he would have been perfect 0. He would have been awesome agent 0. But yeah, he's wearing 8 for Kobe. Yeah, I don't know who's taking number 4. 500, I don't like Sweat changes number 19. It is weird. Your thoughts on Jane Daniels and our Commanders better than the Cowboys? I think that Daniels is going to be a good quarterback. I think he's going to be a real good quarterback. He's the guy. He's the quarterback I liked in this draft. So I think he's going to be good. I think Washington is up and coming, and I think they could very well finish above Dallas this year. Leon Bags, David Super Chat goes, I've been depressed lately. Your channel helps me, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. You know, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything's okay, and I'm glad that I could bring you a moment of joy or happiness, get your mind off it. But hang in there, man. Nothing's ever too bad. You know, we just got to roll with things. Let's see. Imagine the Giants with Dak and the Cowboys meeting division round. Dak goes off and wins. Imagine how Mark Holmes would. Oh, it would be brutal. But if you're Dak and you're going to go, so why would you go to the Giants? They're so inept on offense. Dak is 31. He's got to go to a team that has a good team but just needs a quarterback. I think like the Raiders would make sense. A team like that. Did Hunt do anything? Not that I heard, but I heard that he had a good practice yesterday. I heard that he's looking good. I think Hunt's going to be he's going to be a star, but it's going to take a few years. He does look like Boston Scott. He looks like a bigger Boston Scott. Boston Scott went to the Rams. That a good pickup for the Rams? Yeah, I mean he's third running back, but he could do a lot for you. Stafford has to retire soon. That's true. Do you have any info on Simmons? People keep saying he's going to land. Everybody's got to be connected to Philly. I just did a video yesterday calling for the Eagles to sign him. In terms of where he's going to land or where he's at, I haven't heard, but I think he would be a great fit for the Eagles just for 1 year, just for 1 year. Your streams help me. Love 5. Thanks 500. We haven't met. You make reviewers feel like family. Well, I appreciate it, Leon. Thank you. And to me, you guys are family, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. It means a lot. And just hang in there, my man. 500 in the history of the NFL draft, when 2 quarterbacks goes 1 and 2 overall, only McNabb has led to better career. Doesn't look good for Daniels. Too early on Stroud. I'd have to look at that. So you're saying when quarterbacks go 1 and 2, both quarterbacks never work out. Only one do, right? So like when you had Manning and Ryan Leaf, only Manning worked out. Yeah, I could see that. That wouldn't scare me off though for making that pick. I thought it was a good pick. I like the kid. We'll see, but man, I think that kid's got a lot of talent. There's something about him I like. So I mean, we'll see. Everybody says, that the kid from the Bears is going to be a stud. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Trotter had cramps. What's going on, Ivan? Do I think May will be trash out of all the quarterbacks? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I don't have an opinion on him yet. Spencer Rattler for the Saints. Does he play for the Saints? I don't know. I don't know who the hell is the Saints quarterback again. I can't even remember who their starting quarterback is. Who the hell is their quarterback? Is it Winston still? Don't know what he's talking about. Stroud is good. I wanted Commanders to take Drake May so bad. You know what I think it probably is. I think what he's saying is that Stroud's only done it 1 year. It's like, great, a guy does it 1 year, but you got to do it multiple years. That's when a guy's good. But I think Stroud's I think he's a stud. I think the Texans are going to be really good. Morning 500. My baby girl is 7 months old today. What a happy birthday to your baby girl, man. God bless her, man. Oh, that's right. They got Carr. Now, Carr's locked in there then. Look at my messy hair. I need to go get a haircut. This is my training camp hat. The holdup on Simmons is a money issue. You don't want to upset the vibes if you have to pay him more than CJ. No, I get it. I get it. But here's the thing, though. It's like, if you're going to pay James Bradbury all that money and make him your backup safety, then just go get Justin Simmons and be done with it. But I get what you're saying. And Simmons is going to want to wait and see. He probably want to wait and see a little bit into camp. At this point, he's probably not in a rush. Carr is not good. Nah, I'm not a big Carr guy. But I think Carr, I see him being a starter, though. Texans, Chiefs, AFC Championship, that's a matchup. Yeah, I want to see that, too. I want to see it. I think Mahomes going to have a monster year. Like, he's a stud. Like I said, you take top quarterback leagues, Mahomes. He's up here. And the drop-off from 1 to 2 is humongous. There's nobody like Mahomes. I'm a big, even though they beat us, I love Patrick Mahomes. I think he's a great quarterback. Philly 500 House of Mouse Club. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. He goes, greetings from Norway. You as Eagle fans, us Eagle fans love you here. You are all respected as YouTubers here. Now you have a second home, Eagles Ravens Super Bowl. Thank you so much, man. One day I have to come to Norway, definitely. But thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Yo, 500. My mom misses this shakedown. She needs Joe. We did one. We just did one on Monday. We'll be doing another one on Monday. So don't worry. Tell your mom her boy's back. RC3 says 500. Just Simmons or Matthew Judon. I think Simmons right now. If you said to me which one, I would go Judon, because I have a bigger question mark at the edge. But if Bryce Huff and Nolan Smith are who they are, then it's Simmons. What I don't like is that you got Bradbury as a backup safety. Just go get Simmons. I'll take either one. I'm not going to lie. I did a video yesterday, and my video yesterday was my opinion trying to tell the Eagles it's time to go get Justin Simmons. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get going. It's 9:30 here. I gotta get this video for the day out, and it's going to take me a few hours to edit and put it together. I want to get that done before my computer completely goes out. Then I have to take it in. I will not be streaming practice tomorrow, because tomorrow's a walkthrough. Then I think it's a walkthrough, then a practice, then a day off. I think that's how it's going. So all the practices we will be there for. Hopefully, we won't have any more problems with my computer. But I want to thank all you guys for being here. It really means a lot to me. It does, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I should be streaming. or what. So when you guys tell me, yeah, do it, it makes it a lot easier. So thank you guys so much. You guys have a great day. God bless. And let's let the crying Cowboys take us out. I'll have a video recapping the day and going into details, of course, about what happened today at practice and any new news. So look for that later on today. With that said, peace.
2 minutes to go. You got plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You tried to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.